I sent this notepad from the UK to North America last April, and I had it back just over Christmas. It's been on a little bit of a journey, not as much as I'd have hoped, but that doesn't mean I'm disappointed, don't get me wrong. But I have had this completed up until the staples by a dozen Field Notes fans, and yeah, I just want to quickly talk about this really. So if you're new here, which you probably are because there's not that many subscribers on this channel, but if you're new here, I'm a little bit of an obsessive person. I've got a lot of digital watches. I have in the last year or so really started to get into collecting notepads. I know it sounds a bit mad if you're kind of new to this thing, but I'm a bit of an analog person. I write stuff down. I use a notepad for work. I use an analog diary. I use a notepad every day. If I'm going to the shops, I've got something written down on my, on a grocery list. I write stuff down, and I like to write stuff down. Lots of people do. This isn't unusual. I don't go into that whole kind of bullet journaling. I do have the book. I picked it up quite cheap on eBay, and there are some interesting techniques and methods in there, really just about planning to-do lists and stuff, and just different ways to lay those out. And I kind of implement that in my daily work planner when I've got projects and stuff that I'm doing. So that's been quite interesting from that perspective. But my daily notebook, where I just scribble stuff down, maybe doodle a little bit, that's not nearly as organized. I've tried organizing it before I get onto this. I have tried organizing it. So I last summer, this is June last year, I went to Sweden for a little while, and I decided every day I was going to do like a cartoon kind of notepad entry. So I pre-filled all the pages in here with various different sort of like layouts, and yeah, I like to be a bit creative. That's why I'm doing YouTube. I've got about half a dozen cameras. I like to sketch, draw, doodle, take photos, make videos. I'm quite a creative sort of person. Whether I'm any good is debatable, but I'm creative. Last year I got a bit obsessed with Field Notes, and I would not like to admit in public how much I've spent on paper, but I am now a subscriber, which means I get nice new ones every quarter like this. I normally open some, and as with these winter 24 edition, I then keep some wrapped up for either sale or swapping later on, who knows yet. But yeah, so, and I do like these little Field Notes things. It's quite nice to have a thing, isn't it? And my thing, I guess, is these Field Notes. So let me tell you about this. I kind of got obsessed with this whole journaling thing, and I was trying to find ways to journal more. I know it's supposed to be really good for you to write your thoughts down and all that. I'm not very good at that. Yeah, I'm not very good at that, basically. And anyway, I got in touch with the Field Notes community. There's a Facebook page called Field Nuts, and along with that and making a little video, I promoted that I was going to send this out on a journey. And as I said, it's been on a journey across North America, and it's been completed by a number of people who've added their own song lyrics, pet biographies, just little stories about themselves, what they do, what they use notebooks for. More pet info, photos, local sort of info. Where do they live? What do they do? Some sketches, stickers, husband and wife teams, doubling up and actually sort of like picking a page each. It's been really, really great actually reading through this and just reading the kind of the biographies, if you like, from all these people, and reading about what their interests are, where they live, what they do, what they use their notebooks for. It's been really interesting. So there's lots of different videos online that will give you 5 new journaling prompts. Ooh, what's happened there? 5 new journaling prompts, or 6 ways to complete your journal, or whatever, you know the sort of thing I mean. But for me, what I did was I sent this out on the road for 6 months or so, and when it came back, I've just been inspired by the things that other people do. So it's come back to the UK right on the halfway mark, which was coincidental and really handy, because now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this out on a second part of the journey around the UK. Hopefully it won't take quite as long. I could see that one of the reasons it came back before Christmas, because I wanted this to stay on the road until it had been completed, but one of the reasons I got it back was because it just seemed to start taking a long time between stops, and that's no fault of any of the people that were contributing, but I'm quite an impatient person, and I was just getting a little concerned that it was going to get lost in a drawer or in the post or something. You know, I sent this out on the 16th of March. 25th of March was the first entry, 1st of April was the second, 11th of April the next, 21st of April after that, 21st of April again the next day. These 2 people actually met up and completed it together. 30th of April, 7th of May, 13th of May, 19th of May, then we're into 1st of June, 26th of June. I don't see a date on that one. Oh, the 6th of August. There you go. July, just nothing. 6th of August, 4th of September. So it started then taking a month between stops, and I started to get, honestly, a little bit impatient. Again, no disrespect to those people involved, because I think things would just, people's lives take over, and, you're busy, you move, you work, you're on holiday, whatever. But I wanted to get it back as soon as possible. So here it is, and it's halfway completed, which, as I said, pure coincidence, but has worked out really nice. It came back over Christmas, along with a goodie bag of stickers, pens, pencils, just a whole host of stuff, which is great. And what I'm going to do is now send this back out again with some of that stuff, perhaps with something else from mine, and share it with the Field Notes UK community, and see if we can get this completed and filled in from cover to cover, all 48 pages of it. But what was the point of this video? The point of this video was to thank the people that have contributed so far, ask some more people to contribute, and also just to say that, if you are struggling to figure out how to fill in your Field Notes notebook, if you do want to journal and you don't know what to journal, just write anything. Honestly, just write anything. In my current notebook, which has started at the beginning of January, I've written a list of New Year's resolutions, if you like. Then I've written like a plan for the gym. I want to start getting to the gym more, so I've made a commitment. I've written down some exercises and some targets. Then I've diarised a little bit. I've mentioned some TV programs I started watching. I discussed a new camera that I bought, which I can't see right now, and what I'm thinking about that. I've got a list of some videos I wanted to make for this YouTube channel and another YouTube channel. I've been discussing football scores. I've just been writing loads of stuff down. Shopping lists. I've got a list of some Star Wars Lego sets that I want to buy, anything really. Some reminders, it's not, a grocery list. There's no rule. That's the important thing. There are no rules as to how you complete a book. It's just entirely up to you. I like having a pen and paper around, as I've mentioned. I've got them quite readily available, and I do lots of stuff. I've got like a little sketchbook that I've got all the time. I've got a little book of lists here with some books I want to read, some TV shows I'm sort of keeping track of that I want to watch. And I know I could do all of this digitally, but there's something, I don't know, there's something a little bit more real about writing stuff down and doing that. So the latest thing I've got in here is I'd seen a list of the top albums from 1975, and this week I've been listening through them, and some that I'd heard of, some that I hadn't, some that I very quickly skipped because I wasn't very interested. But yeah, if you want to know my highlights from this that I was really surprised about, I'd never listened to Patti Smith Horses. It's a tough album, it's a dark album, but wow, it's very good. Anyway, if you want to be part of the next round of entries for this, put a comment below. Catch up with me on Instagram. There's a link in the description. And yeah, let's fill this up and let's have a look what it looks like in another few months' time.